This video is about making these large triangles on the top of this bowl.
So this piece of maple is what I'm cutting the segments out of to make this very thick ring that's going to get the triangles in it. The first step is to cut these segments, and then I will cut the triangles into the, I'll demonstrate a couple cuts. And then clamping it, and I have a stop block set up to give me the right length. So before going on to the next step, I wanted to check the fit, and the fit is perfect. So my next step is I'm going to be cutting some triangles out of Paduke, and I'm going to cut them kind of like this. I measured the angle and it's 27 degrees. I'm stopping the triangle about 3/4 of an inch from the edge, and that's important because if you try to run it all the way to the edge, or you wind up turning into it, you just dull the point of the triangle. If I wanted to make this triangle a right triangle, I would just cut one angle on here, glue the piece of Paduke to it, with one angle cut on it, and then just trim the excess off. But I want to try to go with an isosceles triangle. Okay, so I have a stop block and a hold down clamp installed here that I will lock down the piece. They tend to pivot just a little bit, so I'm going to use this piece of walnut just to hold it in as I do the cut. I'll demonstrate a couple cuts. So I've got this piece of Paduke that's the exact width, or pretty close to what I need to insert the triangles. I've got the stop block set up to give me a cut right on the point, and I'm just going to clamp it for good measure on each cut. It's a pretty thick cut, so any little movement will give me a bad joint. I'll demonstrate a couple cuts. So I've got this nice 12-pointed star cut out of the maple, and I've cut 13 of these triangles just to have one extra in case one got boogered up. But I played with the angle a little bit, and it seemed like I went with a 14-degree angle on both sides, which equals the 28 that's in here, and it seemed just a little large, so I wound up at 27 or 13.5 degrees on each side to get a perfect isosceles triangle that fits in. So I'm going to try cutting a couple with a slightly different angle to get a better fit, but most of them fit perfect. So I did manage to get everything fitting well. There's just one that's a slight different angle than the rest of them, 1 degree different. So I marked it so if you go back into the same place. So it's ready for glue up. I got to get these Paduke pieces out first. So I'm going to apply glue to all surfaces of the maple, and then clamp it together, and then I'll put glue on these and slide them in and hold them with tape as a clamp. And as I'm clamping this and tightening it up, I want all of the outer edges aligned. So all the corners need to be aligned. And if they're not, it changes this angle and the dimension a little bit. So it is now time to glue these two rings onto the next two. I'm going to glue that one and then I'll glue this one. I'll just show the glue up on this one. As you recall, this has to be on the top because I'm turning it away. So ready to glue up, and I'm going to use the stomper.